There's a small independent movie came out over the weekend, and to I guess not I wouldn't say mixed reviews. I guess it's mostly negative reviews, right? At this point.
Dep Depends on which side you're looking at.
Mm.
Critics or audiences?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I thought that was interesting. I waited for a while to see, and then it was brought to my attention, and I thought that was interesting.
Interesting. Okay. I haven't even seen what the score is.
There's quite a discrepancy. There's quite a
Oh
discrepancy.
wow. Yeah. Okay. I see it, sir. Captain America: Brave New World. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so uh relaunching the Captain America franchise on film, carrying off from where we left off in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where now obviously Sam is now taking up the mantle of Captain America. If you've seen any of the trailers, you know the story is around he is working with the presidents directly upon a mission which involves retrieving a specific asset that the world, in essence, values and would like to have access to. Um, what is that element? Can I say some spoilers like loosely here? Is it okay, or do I to
Go
tread
ahead.
lightly?
Drop
You
them.
tell me.
Drop
Okay,
them.
okay,
Mild.
okay.
Mild. Yeah.
Mild. I'll just say
Mild.
this will
Yeah.
be so there's spoiler warning, but mild spoilers without like I'm not gonna say cameos. I'm not gonna do that. Um, but like so like I think it was even in some of the trailers, but I know for sure they talked about it at Comic Con. But like adamantium is the thing that was found, and this and it was being
In
mined
the
through.
yeah, from the movie that I forgot the name because everyone forgot about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eternals,
Eternals.
right? So in the Eternals, you have the Celestial that's frozen in the Arctic, and they basically Sam and they just do this by exposition. You don't see this. Sam helps them go to this specific site and retrieve this very rare a sample of this rare artifact, of course, being adamantium, and Thunderbolt Ross brings is now the president, and he's bringing everybody together, the world, to say like, "Hey, we're gonna mine this thing, and then we want to be able to share this with the world." And he wants to create a peace treaty across the world, but almost like a UN style new peace treaty because of what's happened from specifically um, the the threats from above, as he refers to it. Like
Okay.
you've had what's happened with obviously with Thanos and other different intergalactic threats, and they're like there's powered people out there, and his whole agenda around the registration act with obviously Civil War. So it's same character, just obviously different actor. um he's still trying to push for peace in his time, but by using the ability of having the specific accord or this different treaty rather between the United Nations. So that way, the United States has access to mine this specific thing, but hey, we'll share it with you guys as we do our research on it after the fact. Now, Sam's also asked to restart the Avengers, which is a huge deal, and but specifically do it under the presidency, so that way it's an American-based group that reports directly to the president. Sam feels 50-50 about it because he's like, hey, if things like if we don't agree eye to eye, like between me and you, like I want to have full control to do what we want. But if we're reporting under you, like as the president, like what happens there is not going to be an easy thing.
Right.
Which is like a great, like narratively, what they set up in this film is, I think, a really interesting piece. I think it's good writing from that standpoint. The great premise. Um, what you start to then really get into, Obed, is really just a very strange. It makes sense, but a strange series of events that they utilize to kind of unlock very conveniently why this deal won't go right. There is things that trigger series of events, and I won't spoil it. That's for people who will watch the film. Um, that it's really basically kind of a revenge style type storyline that almost circumvents the whole like this is adamantium. This is something like that's a huge deal. And instead, you kind of have this shadowy figure that is kind of pulling these different strings undo this big reveal over here to more so just have no peace in time. Which I think, like, again, there's good beats around it, but I think it falls a little bit flat in my opinion because there's a little bit of too much convenience that happens to lead you
Mm,
to these specific events.
okay.
And when you have those things happen, and then you have a film that's like, you expect it's a superhero film, we're gonna have this really incredible, culmination, this great ending. And when your big moment is a something that we've already seen in the trailers, is your big thing, it kind of lets you down a little bit personally because it's everything that happened. I just felt like it was very predictable. I did not feel like there was no oh my goodness, I can't believe it type moments in the film. No, and I'm not saying this as even like comic book fan or as a Marvel fan. I just feel like in general they use exposition so much. Because like even if you didn't watch the other films, you just as long as you're smart enough to read it and pay attention to what people are doing, you're not the person who watches good guy, bad guy. Like you actually just take in the movie. It's not gonna be hard to follow.
Right.
I just think that like people's expectations were high because it's a Captain America film, and all the Captain America films have been so good that then when you have these types of holes in essence that leads to the ending, that's what a lot of people have trouble with. The other thing, Obed, that was a big problem with the movie is just it's not funny. Like
Oh,
there's a lot of moments in this that are very cringy.
took itself too
um
seriously then.
Took itself too
Mm.
seriously. Was it the guy, is it Torres, I want to say, is the new Falcon working with Cap?
Oh yeah.
Chemi- Actors, their chemistry together really good. They work really well together. I think it was a great idea to have the characters, but you can tell that the writers or the director, whatever, I don't, I'm not exactly sure where the direction was coming from,
Right.
but really was trying to make his character like the funny sidekick kind of character, and
Oh.
it's like overbeat, over drum moments that just fall flat. Maybe sounded funny on paper, and like I don't. And you correct me if I'm wrong, but when you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Disney Plus series, his character was in there. I don't think his character wasn't like that at
No,
all.
no,
In
no. It
that,
was
that way.
it was
He was a
pretty.
military guy,
Yeah.
and he was pretty chill. In this movie, they try and make him all funny and silly and whatever, and it's like it doesn't hit the same way. Oh, let me grab a bag of chips before we go on the road, and I'm like, why are we doing this?
Mm,
Um, so like I think that they just there's a lot of different holes and things that hurts it. The best parts of the movie are the dramatic beats,
okay.
your fan service moments. um, I think Harrison Ford absolutely crushes it. I mean, it's Harrison, come on. But he absolutely does an incredible performance.
Yeah.
You could see how he's portraying a different Ross. Like this isn't like your Incredible Hulk Ross. It's like you can see how the character has changed, almost like the same way Iron Man is not the same Iron Man you see in like 2008 Iron Man, the way he is in Endgame. They
Right.
almost like let his character have like a full arc moment in the film, which is really nice. There's only one post credit scene. Not crazy important, but still cool.
I saw it.
Okay, yeah. You see, you see it, that's fine. That's fine. Because it's it's something you see coming there. But
Yeah.
like, okay, you know the character that obviously is
Yeah,
there at
yeah,
the
yeah,
end,
yeah,
obviously, in the
yeah,
movie, right? And he's
yeah,
he's in the movie.
yep.
Like when like there's a moment in the movie, without spoiling, when you guys watch it, where one of the actors asks him, "Who are you?" And he responds, "The hero." And I'm like, that's not what your character's called at all. Like you could have done an easy wink to what your character is named.
Mm, mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, I'm like, oh, he's gonna say it. No, he doesn't. I thought there would be some cool moments that maybe tie into a World War Hulk. No, guys,
Nothing.
don't get your hopes up for that. Nothing. Yeah, man, I don't think it was a terrible movie. I think there's many people like when I see the reviews around like a 49 or like under 50.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too harsh,
Oh,
personally.
interesting. Okay, okay, okay.
I think it's better than the Marvels. It's clearly better than what's
Eternals.
these movies? Eternals. It's better than Madame Web. Better than Venom 3. Better than
The
Craven.
Craven.
It's like I think people like saw it, they think like it's gonna be a trash can on fire, like it's a dumpster. It's not at all. I mean, this
Okay.
this movie is not
But
that kind of a movie. I've seen bad movies like that,
how did
but
how
it is a
does the
letdown.
how did that director get picked for this movie? Because
I don't know.
like he
I don't know.
yeah, like he hasn't done anything
Did they switch
noteworthy.
directors?
It's it's weird. Like how are they? It seems like it's like they're picking these artsy directors to direct action movies, and it's not panning out, man. Like
Right,
they
right,
would have learned with Eternals, right?
right.
You know.
And clearly, the amount of reshoots, that was a sign that I think the director was clearly having problems. There was a lot of reshoots for this movie, and that cost them a lot of money. It did
Yep.
not break $100 million at the box office. Traditionally, your second week, you have about a 50 percentile drop off,
Yeah.
40, 50. That means it's going to be in the
Which
40s, 40 million range. That's not good long term.
which I think is the same problem that Star Wars is having with the Rey movie, where they have this director is like, you're a sci-fi director, or are you a frou-frou
Right,
artsy director? That's
right.
like they
This,
have to, like, again, going back to J.J. Abrams. I don't think it was a problem, right? I think the problem came from above. I don't think the um you know
they didn't let him do his full vision
yeah
clearly
yeah,
because they kind of
exactly.
they
So
circumvented it with the second director and then he come back the third. Like it was a hot mess.
yeah, I don't know, man. But they you would think that by now they would have learned their lesson, right? It's like,
Yeah,
what the heck,
yeah.
guys? Like,
But
honestly.
remember, this was in production from like your Chapek days. Like clearly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this was
Yeah.
2019, 2020-ish, or sorry, 2021-ish. They started to get like
2021.
more of this getting pushed. We're in 2025, guys.
Yeah.
Like
Because the movie
that's
got delayed a year,
yes.
right? Yeah. So
So
this
that's a
movie would
long
have
time.
it's a long time, man.
A
It's
long
like, what the
time.
heck? I really, man, like, I'm hoping that Daredevil's good, and I'm hoping that Fantastic Four is good. Like, I'm
That's all I need.
mm, like I'm
I've said
I
before, those two.
if they can
That's
at
all I
least
need.
get those two, bro. And I'm telling you, everyone's sleeping on freaking Thunderbolts. I think that movie's gonna be good. I think that movie's gonna be
And,
fun.
and even if that movie's bad, I can sleep fine at night. Like
Yeah.
Thunderbolts could be bad. This movie being like,
Mm,
okay,
middle of the
not
road, yeah.
great. Like, like that's fine. I'm not offended by this. I'm wearing a Marvel shirt, guys. Like I'm telling you, like
It's
for real.
Marvel boy over here,
Marvel boy over here. But like if you mess up Daredevil and you mess up Fantastic Four, Kevin, I mean, you just
yeah.
step into my office.
Kevin.
Come on the show. Step into my office. Let's have a conversation.
So, production manager's going.
We need to
You know
talk
you're
about
in
the
trouble.
production here.
You know you're in trouble. He's like, yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. That was good. That was good.
You're over budget and delayed. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Let's have a talk here.
Do you have the proper resources?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
It comes from a
come on.
place of well-being, right? You're just making sure that
Right.
they have the tools they need to be successful. So,
Accountability. Amazing how that
accountability.
works.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Which that seems to be the problem at Disney, is like, no one's accountable for anything. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I
Yeah.
did what I was told. It's like, no,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
So it's still a very very strange time at the Mouse House.